Prime Minister Dr. Rowley maintains that the government's position on Venezuela will not be influenced by external or internal forces. Speaking in the Parliament on Friday evening, Dr. Rowley encouraged the opposition benches to read both the OAS Charter and the UN Charter, which forbids intervention.
And Trinidad and Tobago will not be invited to take any action that will damage our interests, damage our neighbors, without the appropriate sanction of the bodies of which we are a part. Our position of non-intervention, non-interference, but a caring and observing and monitoring and making sure that we don't close doors to ourselves.
Opposition Leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar on Friday declared the opposition's support for Venezuela's self-declared President Juan Guaido. The Prime Minister reiterated that government will act responsibly.
And get up here, every one of them like sheep, none can lead the other to a safe place, and tell the world that they accept and acknowledge and receive somebody in Venezuela who get up and say, I am the president of Venezuela. In the face of the Venezuelan military, the Venezuelan judiciary, and the government in office, you're all free to support who you want of the millions of Venezuelans.
And he took offense at statements made by the U.S. Embassy in Port of Spain.
I take umbrage, Madam Speaker, I take umbrage at the United States ambassador in Trinidad and Tobago making a public statement criticizing the actions of the government of Trinidad and Tobago as we take action in protection of the interests of the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
The Movement for Social Justice has expressed support for the position taken by CARICOM and the government of Trinidad and Tobago on the political crisis in Venezuela. In a statement, MSJ political leader David Abdulah said the CARICOM position of non-intervention and diplomatic resolution is the correct position. Mr. Abdulah said the MSJ also supports the position taken by the government of Trinidad and Tobago. He said the government has adhered to the established international relations, principles of respect for the sovereignty of nations and non-interference in the internal affairs of other states. The MSJ also condemned the U.S. ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago for being fast and out of place to criticize the foreign policy position of the sovereign state of Trinidad and Tobago. And the party chastised the UNC's support for Juan Guaido, which dangerously seeks to undermine regional consensus on this very sensitive issue.